Fourth graders, welcome. Lesson 9. Use the place value chart and metric measurement to compare decimals and answer questions. So, what you have looks like this, where we're comparing the weights of different objects and in decimals. I wanted to show you a place value chart that I made. So, we're used to dealing with hundreds, tens, and ones, the HTO chart, right? So decimals are just extending here. So as we move to the right, we get smaller by 10 times smaller each time we move to the right? So 10 times smaller, 10 times smaller, 10 times smaller, 10 times smaller. So tenths are greater than hundredths, right? So let's say we had a number like 5, 4, 2, 7, let's just say that, right? We know that in reality, what we have here is 540, and that's 2 because it's ones, right? 7 tenths would be 0.7, right? So if we were to add them all up, we'd say 542.7. Okay? Now, hundredths are smaller, right? So the reality is that there are actually 0 hundredths here, okay? Even though it doesn't say, okay? So if I were to put under this 542.70, that's the same number. They're equal. They're equal. Right? They're equal. So if, what if I put, anyway, let's go to the problems. Okay, examine the mass of each item and put X over the items that are heavier than the avocado. Well, the avocado is 0.2 kilograms, right? So, is this heavier than the avocado? Well, they're trying to trick you. It is not heavier than the avocado. Because if we go back to the place value chart, this 2 is in the tenths place, right? So we compare the tenths to the tenths. There's only 1 tenth here. So it's smaller, right? Because this 0.2 is the same as if we were to go back here and we could say 0.2 is equal to 0.20. They're the same, right? So you look at this and you see that since this is just 0.20, 20 hundredths is bigger than 12 hundredths, right? Okay. 6 tenths, that's 60 hundredths, right? 61 hundredths. So this is, the grapes weigh the most. They barely weigh more than the bananas. Avocados are quite a bit less than that. And then the apple is the lightest because 12 hundredths, 20 hundredths, 60 hundredths, 61 hundredths, right? Okay. And then down here, the volume. Here we go again. Don't get tricked. They want you to go, oh, 48. 48's bigger than 6. No. Look at the tenths place. 6 tenths versus 4 tenths. 0.6 is bigger than 0.48, right? Because this, you could put a 0 on the end and say 60 hundredths, 0.60, and you go, oh, okay, well, see, now you see it. 60 hundredths is greater than 48 hundredths. That 0.9, that's 90 if you put a 0 on it. Okay, 90 hundredths, that's the second largest volume out of all of these, right? So your smallest